Welcome to the SEO Science Show. My name is Josh Paczynski. I've been doing SEO for over 20 years. I run SEO University, which is a science-based SEO group where we do single variable tests to find out what the real ranking factors are. We don't listen to a word Google says, and we trust Google as the black box of nature. And we try to figure out what they're doing, and so we can rank. So welcome to the video today. Today's video is 5 SEO do's and don'ts in a post-AI world. That is 5 SEO do's and 5 SEO don'ts in a post-AI world. Since November of 2020, Google has released a number of transformer AIs. Those are natural language processing AIs, which understand language at a level beyond human intelligence. They've read the entire internet and can synthesize all that knowledge and know what everything is about. It's a very interesting change. It's a very remarkable change. It's a change that's radically altered SEO for the future. You cannot do SEO without understanding what an artificial intelligence transformer is. You cannot do SEO successfully. I mean, you can do SEO, but you can't make pages rank higher without actually understanding how the transformer works. No matter who you think you are, no matter how clever you think you are, guessing what Google's doing, you cannot make pages rank higher unless you know what a transformer AI is doing. So that's what I'm going to try to explain today. 5 SEO do's and 5 SEO don'ts in a post-AI world of how we can come to grips on how this stuff is all working. Okay, so as promised, here are 5 SEO do's and 5 SEO don'ts in a post-AI world of how to survive in Google and how to make your pages rank higher. Did you know that it's possible to rank any page on any SERP you want, any search engine results page you want? You can get number 1 anywhere you want. You want to get number 1 for payday loans? You can do it. You want to get number 1 for weight loss pills? You can do it if you know how to do it. And I'm going to show you some of that stuff today. So, and wait for number 5 in the SEO do's. It's a doozy. That one will blow your mind. Okay, so 5 SEO don'ts in a post-AI world. I'll start with the don'ts. 5 don'ts. Number 1, don't throw content at it. Don't waste your money. For the last 10-15 years, there's been a very strong tactic in SEO that is just called spray and pray, and where you just make as many pages as possible, and you just make thousands of pages very quickly, very easily, with low quality content, spammy content, not very well written content, because how can you write 100 articles a day well with experts who know what they're talking about? And it's difficult to do. I mean, maybe you can do it, but you have to have a huge, like a multi-million-dollar operation to pull it off properly. And you throw all those content out there and you see what sticks. You see what Google likes, and then you keep trying to rank those pages, which the only other current SEO knowledge is throw links at it. Make content, throw links at it. They think that's the entirety of SEO, plus maybe some technical things that John Mueller rambles on about. Blah, 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 John Mueller. And then, yeah, you get rankings. But how well has that been working, really? Not so well. You can't dominate any niche you want. You can only dominate the niches Google lets you dominate because they gave you good rankings for that page. You don't know any of the numerous other ranking factors that you can take advantage of in a post-AI world. And so it's you're at the mercy of Google. The more you're at the mercy of Google, the less you're an SEO. Think about it. A surgeon doesn't go, well, surgery might be a bad example, but a surgeon for a run-of-the-mill surgery doesn't go, oh, well, hope this works. So it's not a 50-50 shot. They're like, we do this surgery all the time. It has a 99% success rate. We're 99% sure, based on science, that you will be fine. Can any other SEO give a client a 99% success rate for any keyword, including payday loans or weight loss pills or other very highly lucrative keywords? Or your money or your life, the YMYL, the YMYL special niches that Google talks about that have anything to do with health or anything to do with money. So Bitcoin, you want to rank for Bitcoin. You want to rank for cryptocurrency, buy cryptocurrency. You want to rank for weight loss pills. That's a health niche. That's a money niche. There's extra special rules that are now completely powered by artificial intelligence that you need to understand if you want to have any hope in hell of ranking now. currently the tactic is to just throw content at it, just throw pages at it. So again, that's not an SEO. That's an SEG. That's a search engine gambler. They're gambling. And there's gambling that some of these pages and some of these niches are going to rank highly, but the amount of that happening is going down and down and down and down and down, right? As more people try to do that, the market gets more saturated. It gets harder and harder every year for you to rank. And if you're being honest with yourself, you know this is true. You know it's getting harder every year, that more SEOs are getting knocked out of business every year, and more small businesses are getting knocked out of business every year. Your business could be next. So that's why I'm saying don't just throw content at it. That's not how you do SEO. That's gambling. That's wasting money. That's wasting time. And that's not learning how the artificial intelligence works. That's just hoping that this tactic will continue to work for the future. If a farmer in a post-apocalyptic world who had to grow their own crops just hoped that the potatoes would grow, they wouldn't be around very long. So that's not what you want to do. That's not the tactic you want to take. You want to know how to rank any page in any SERP. And that's what real SEOs do. 2, don't make auto-generated content. The AI is going to catch you. You might think, well, Josh, if Google's using artificial intelligence, so can I. Have you heard of this thing called GPT-3? Yes, in fact, I have. I am also a beta member of the OpenAI GPT-3 artificial intelligence, which is another kind of transformer, which you've seen online. And whether you know what GPT-3 means or you've heard that before, you've seen the result. You've seen these artificial intelligence generated text. Ooh, it's just on the horizon that this is the myth, right? This is a myth. Just on the horizon that all this auto text is going to be easily creatable, and you'll just be able to press a button and it can make thousands of pages for you. I've got news for you. Google can detect that. There are already academic papers out there showing how Google can detect it, and I've tried it and tested it. I've tested it. Google can detect it. So I guarantee to you, I will bet you $1,000 right now that if you try to just produce auto-generated content through GPT-3, you will not be able to pick a niche. You can't go, I will rank in payday loans, and I will auto-generate the content, and I will rank for sure. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. And not even such a contentious niche as payday loans. Any niche, you're not going to be able to do that. It will work even worse than hiring people over in India. God bless you. I love you guys. However, English is not usually their first language, and so you'd think AI would generate better content than they do? No. They actually generate that spammy content will work better than the AI generated content. A machine can always smell a machine, right? The AI can detect AI content like that out of the box, interestingly, like right out of the box. They really didn't have to train Google, the new AIs, Berther Smith had to do it. They just were able to do it with a high 90-degree rate. So all that content is actually not going to help you. So when you think you're going to be able to make auto-generated content and that you're going to be able to combat AI in that way, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. It's not going to work. Don't try it. So what did I do then? Well, here's the third don't SEO suggestion in a post-AI world. Don't throw links at it. The AI is going to catch you. Links have been a depreciating signal for the last 20 years. Yes, you can buy links, and yes, they can rank you. And if you know how you do them correctly, you can even rank even better. Here's the problem. The AI is going to nab you, right? Now they have an artificial intelligence watching all this processes and watching all this stuff. One, links are become even less and less of an important signal because now they have AI signals that they can run on. They don't need a tertiary signal like links. That is highly gameable and everyone knows to game it. And 2, the reason why everyone still thinks links works or is the main signal to use is because 1, they don't know any better. They don't scientifically test. So they don't know that, wow, there's actually way better ranking algorithms. Would you be surprised to learn that there are better SEO algorithms than links to use as ranking? And I don't even mean on page, other than those 2 things entirely. We rank pages on, pick a SERP, we rank pages on that SERP or that niche all day long, right? Based on the scientific testing that we've done. It's not really that surprising. I could show you the proof when you join SEO University, which is what I run and who's putting this free information out for you. So when you join SEO University, you're going to see how we have tested different algorithms in ways that no other SEO group has to find ranking algorithms that no other SEO group knows about. And we're like, woohoo! So we keep it quiet, and there's really good secrets here. Now, the problem though is that everyone still thinks that links is the big signal, and it's just not. It's an appreciating signal. It's not that important anymore. It's not going to get you from nowhere to number one in anything but the weakest of niches and the weakest of SERPs. And it's easily gameable. The AI is going to catch you. Google's artificial intelligence ranking algorithms are going to use different ranking factors, and they're going to start devaluing your links. And so all that money you've spent on links is going to be wasted. All that money you're throwing at other people who, of course, the rest of the industry says links work. They're selling them, right? They're selling this old, outdated technology, just like, well, quite frankly, just like everyone in the oil industry is still saying oil's the best way to go, or just like people in the lead industry said, yeah, sure, we should put lead in paint. Why not? We've seen this again and again and again. I mean, it's old hat, right? Whereas where I run SEO University, and I'm saying join for a month and see if we have a difference. Join for a single month. That's the risk of 1 month payment. All you need to do, see if we know anything different. See if we can provide for you the evidence, something else I'll talk about later, that you should really pay attention to. See if we have the evidence to prove what we're talking about, as opposed to these guys who say that it's all just links. It's all links. That's the only ranking factor there is. Boy, that would be nice. That would be nice and simple, wouldn't it? Everyone would be succeeding if it was just links, like it was 2005 again. It's not. It's a lie. It's a lie. Or they're just ignorant. They're just like, they think it's links and they think they know this, but they don't. Okay. So when it comes to links, it's a waste of money, and only fools are falling for this scam. It's a clear scam. It's the scammiest scam that's been going on for the whole time. Don't fall for the link scam. So then what's number 4 on the SEO don'ts? Number 4 is another thing that's been going on for a long time. Don't stuff keywords in your HTML. In a post-AI world, stuffing keywords into your HTML because this tool told you to, or this tool told you to, and the tools were built before the artificial intelligence and work on a theory that has nothing to do with how the artificial intelligence works. Just because it told you to stuff that keyword in and it works some of the time, that should tell you it should work all the time. If it understood how the AI worked, it should work 100% of the time. Our tactics work 100% of the time because science. Join SEO University and you will see that they work 100% of the time, or you did it wrong, right? And if it doesn't work, I'll tell you exactly why. You'll fix that and then it will work, right? So everything we have is based on science, and I only make the recommendations that I feel solidly that are going to help people based on the science that we've tested. So you might be like, how is that possible to test Google? Shh, it's our secret. We're not going to tell you. We're not going to tell anybody, right? Because information that powerful should not be shared. Because then Google's going to hear about it and go, oh, really? That's what you're doing. Okay. And then we're all screwed. Join for 1 month, just 1 month, and you will see. Oh, it's a night and day difference. Oh, everything Josh is saying is true. Oh, look at all of his students. I dare you to come into SEO University. When you join SEO University, you will go into the Discord that we use and you will say, is everything Josh saying real? I ask you. I won't even answer. All the students who are in there who know it's real will say, yes, and here's the proof. Here's how I did it. Here's how it worked for me. Yes, for me too. Blah, 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 blah. Check the wins channel and you'll see our hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of wins proving that our tactics work. Plop, 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 plop. I won't even answer. I don't even need to because science. So don't stuff keywords in your HTML. All those tools that give you a keyword are just plucking it out of the air. I could do that too. I could randomly pick a word out of the air and give it to you. It's not going to help you rank. And finally, 5 of the SEO don'ts in a post-AI world. Don't think the big SEOs know what they are talking about. We have a word in this industry. It's called SEOs. They are guessing, right? They're search engine gamblers. They're not search engine optimizers. They don't know how to optimize. You need to know the scientific principles of ranking in order to optimize it, in order to hack it. They're guessing, right? So the big SEOs who put out the information, the John Muellers, the Gary Ilyish, the Martin Shift or Split, whatever his name is, they work for Google, all right? They don't work for you. They're not here to be your friend. They're not here to give you information, right? They work for this giant machine that's supposed to make money and trying to get rid of SEOs. The more they get rid of SEOs, the more money Google makes. So they have a vested interest in keeping us confused, keeping us poor, and keeping us impotent, right? Google tries to keep SEOs impotent so that we don't have the power, we don't have the knowledge to actually pick a niche and rank in it, because we can see there's money there. They're taking that power away from us, okay? And they're supposed to. That's their job, right? So don't listen to those big SEOs. What about Barry Schwartz? Barry is a nice guy. I'm friends with Barry. I like him. I think he likes me. Maybe. I can't really tell. He's kind of sarcastic. He thinks that Google likes him, that Google's their best friend. I'm sorry, but he's the biggest butt snorkeler there is. That's just the way it is. He thinks Google uses him as a public relations tool, just like they used Danny Sullivan as a public relations tool before they hired him. I mean, how clear of a connection between Google and the SEO world can you make that Google's like, Matt Cutts is like, hey, Danny, say this. Danny says it. And then Google's like, hey, we'll just hire you. And now he literally works for Google. You can listen to him when he says it looks like there's a shift in the rankings. You can listen to them for that, but you can't listen to them for why. They have no idea why. Google won't tell you why. They cannot tell you why. They lie to you on purpose. I know for a fact their data centers are updated like that. It is a fact. There's no rolling out the data centers. That's like 20 years old. I know for a fact from testing it when they're doing core updates what they're doing. I know for a fact when they say it takes a while to roll out these updates. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. They flip a switch, it's updated, right? All the data centers, boom, blah, blah, blah. The reason why it takes weeks to roll out is because they realize they screwed up and they roll it back and they tweak it and they put it out again. They check out to see how the users like it. We screwed up, they pull it back, they tweak it, they put it out again, etc., etc. So those big SEOs, you can't trust them. What about, okay, Josh, but what about Neil Patel? What about the bald guy, whatever his name, Brian Dean? What about these guys? They're ranking for #1 SEO queries. Doesn't that prove they know what they're talking about? Not really. Not really. And it doesn't prove that they can teach it to you. Just because they had $100,000 to buy a link from a newspaper doesn't mean that you do. And doesn't mean that's what you should do. And doesn't mean they can teach you how to do it. Just because they are the Google-sanctioned SEOs that Google wants ranking there doesn't mean that they know anything about how to rank in a post-AI world, which has changed everything. Everything. All right? The post-AI Google is completely different than before November 2020. They've rewritten the algorithm entirely. So don't think for a second that those guys know anything about how it's working now. The fact that they just keep reheating up and re-saying the same old tactics for the last 15 years, even though the algorithm has changed so many times in the last 15 years, they just keep rehashing the same information. Have you ever noticed it's all the same? That's why I've asked people, why don't you join SEO University? I'm like, I only have a few hundred students. I should have 1,000, right? Because we're that good. There's no one better than us. And so it kind of confuses me. I'm like, where's everybody else? When you join SEO University, you're going to see our results, and it's going to blow your mind how different we are. When you join those other SEO groups, they have the same rehashed information again and again. They have the same, just do a link wheel. Oh, do if this then that thing. Oh, make sure you get your brand entity and send links to your GMB page. This is the same bullshit, the same PBN bullshit that people have been talking about for 15 years. And they're like, yeah, because it works. No, it doesn't. Not so well. If my surgeon only succeeded 20% of the time, they're not that great of a surgeon. They're not a surgeon. They're a hack, right? They're not SEOs. They're search engine guessers. They're search engine gamblers. And I don't like those odds. Do you? I don't like a 20% success rate. I'd much rather have a 100% success rate, quite frankly, or something even close. Even if I'm exaggerating, it's 90%. Still much better than their 20% of doing the old PBN tactics that work. And you have to pay like 5 to 10 grand a month on links on one site, right? That's cutting into your profit, right? So yeah, it works. I can rank a page at spot 8. Oh, on what query? How to walk with shoes? Great. Good for you. That makes you the best SEO in the world. Pick a SERP. We can rank there. Your money or your life, highly contested ones that have a lot of money behind them. We can do it. So you've got to radically change how you're doing SEO. You've got to radically rethink these don'ts in the post-AI world. So like I said, don't follow yesterday's tactics. They are not going to work for you in a post-AI world. And here's the thing that a lot of people are not understanding. You just cannot outguess an artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence that Google has made is smarter than you and me and everybody put together. It's read more of the internet. It knows more about keywords than any of us possibly can. So either you could just give up and just write content and buy AdWords, or you can learn science. You can join a science group that knows what they're doing and actually be able to still rank and tell your client honestly, or your boss honestly, or actually, your wife or your partner or whomever, yourself in the mirror, honestly, yeah, I know how to rank. And yeah, it's more just a fluke. And yeah, it's more than just maybe. It's pretty sure it's gonna rank, and I could prove it with all my past successes. And don't think you can go any longer without guessing an artificial intelligence. Google has already built artificial intelligences that have beat the best poker players on the planet, the best Go players on the planet, and the best chess players on the planet. How much longer do you think you in SEO are going to be able to just randomly guess? You're this savant, right? You can outguess an artificial intelligence, and you think it's that easy. Stop reading SEO articles from before November 2020. None of them are relevant anymore. None of them. The AI has changed everything. So don't think you can outguess the AI. Don't think it's simple, and stop listening to the big SEOs. All right. So here's 5 SEO do's in a post-AI world. It's like, Josh, if that's what we don't do, what do we do? Well, and make sure to wait for number 5. It will surprise you. It's not going to be anything that anyone else is talking about. 1, write content for AI relevance, not eat. Here's something that the rest of the SEO industry does not understand, is that you need to write content for AI relevancy, not for eat. Now, what's eat? Eat is an unfortunate metaphor, expertise, authority, and trust, that the SEOs and the big-time white hats like to talk about as if they understand what it means. They have no idea. EAT is an abstraction, a smokescreen that Google has put out there. We've tested it conclusively at SEO University. And when you join SEO University, you're going to see exactly how much EAT is actually just eating BS, quite frankly. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just the smokescreen that Google wants all the SEOs to worry about and think about. What you need to do for post-AI SEO is write for AI relevancy. What is relevant to the artificial intelligence? Not what is relevant to the user. Users aren't ranking web pages. What is relevant to the artificial intelligence that is rating this content, that is reading this content, that is understanding this content? How does the artificial intelligence understand your mom's slippers or the best bunny slippers? How does the AI understand the best bunny slippers? What does it think about the best bunny slippers? If you do not understand how artificial intelligence think, if you haven't scientifically tested it, sadly, you're going to have no way of knowing how to write for AI relevancy. And completely forget EAT. It's going to throw you down a rabbit hole of guessing that is not going to help you at all in the post-AI SEO world. 2, The second SEO do forget most of the HTML BS and the SEO gimmicks. Consider this. Google's BERT or Smith transformer of various kinds. So they have various names, and I think Smith is the latest AI that they have ranking stuff now. It does 90% of the rankings, I believe. They've taken over from BERT even since November. That's how fast they're iterating these artificial intelligences. They can rate text documents. They can rank text documents with no HTML structure completely fine, right? With no problems whatsoever, completely accurately. They can understand that content completely accurately. For example, since the beginning, Google has been paying a lot of attention to the title tag. There's a meta tag, meta keywords tag. Ooh, that was specially used for SEO, and then meta description, and maybe the schema tags, maybe the OG tags, maybe there's some other kinds of tags, some JavaScript kind of stuff you should be doing. Forget all that BS. The AI does not need it. You need to write for the AI. It is not pre-November 2020. It is the AI doing the ranking now. And they can rank PDFs, they can rank docs, they can rank all that stuff fine. They don't, just because they happen not to be most relevant. If they were, they would. But when you're doing a web page search, they're going to mostly give you web pages. But don't think that, if I put my keywords in my OG tag, that this is going to work. That's a complete guess, and it will probably hurt you, because Google's business is to hurt SEOs to make more money. The third is join a science group. Okay, so you should not be so surprised that I've said that, but don't have to be mine. Fine. Go look at all the other science groups out there. And it has to be a good one. I'll tell you how to choose them in a second, but you need to get science on your side. How much longer do you think without science you're going to be able to battle the horde of artificial intelligences that Google is going to throw at you like a bunch of Agent Smiths fighting Neo in the Matrix? So you need to join a science group, and you're not going to be able to survive much longer unless you're part of a group that does real search engine science, real science that has real results that prove to you what the discrete individual ranking factors are. Not just statistically what is going to maybe boost you because it boosted 7 out of 20 pages. You need to find what the real ranking factors are that's going to boost you every single time so you can understand what's boosting and what's demoting. So as I said, you should be joining a science group. Check out SEO University. It's the science group that I run, of course. I recommend you join SEO University. You should join SEO University. Email me at joshpashinsky@gmail.com, and I invite you to just try for 1 month. Most people, when they talk to me of why they don't join, it's because they're concerned that it's going to be all the same old course information that's the same that everybody has, and they're just reselling it. It's not. It's completely new information that you've never seen anywhere else, and I'll prove it to you. I invite you to join SEO University. And when you join SEO University, you're going to try it for a month, and you're going to see that all the information is completely different. It's completely not what you expected. It's going to blow your mind. I invite you to literally come on the Discord the first day you join and go, is everything Josh saying true? Can we trust Josh? Are the experiments true? How has this worked for you guys? I invite you to say that. My students are going to answer, or they're going to point you in the direction to look for the information for yourself. And you're going to find that we have proof that, yes, all of our tactics work. And when you apply them, they're going to work. And I have testimonial upon testimonial upon testimonial of people going, Josh, you've changed my life. I can't believe that I'm ranking. I can't believe that it works. I can't believe that I can do it. I can be an SEO. I have oodles of testimonials saying that. I can show them to you. But better, I'll show you the evidence. I'll show you the proof of how to rank and our test results. And just try it for a month and you're going to be amazed. Another SEO do or part of joining a science group in the post-AI world is the testing. It all comes down to the testing. You need to test, and test more, and you need to do it secretly. All right? A lot of these groups do SEO testing, kind of, but they don't do single variable testing. Single variable testing, and even the groups that say they do single variable testing don't actually do single variable testing. I've been able to take that method and extract it and make it even more precise in the way that we do our single variable testing, so that we're testing one little thing. Changing this one character on pages that are exactly the same does that change the ranking factors in this way or that way, or which way we're doing it? And we're following a grand unified theory of ranking. We have a gut of ranking, a grand unified theory. Doing isolated tests, one, is not good enough. They needs to be all struck together in a grand theory of how everything ranks. Two, they need to be true single variable testing. Otherwise, you're getting dirt in your data, right? You're importing falsity into your data, which can cause your hypotheses to go astray, but also what it's going to mean is that you're not going to have the same results that we have in SEO University. In SEO University, when I say it's a ranking factor, 100%, it's going to boost you, right? 100%, because I've isolated the ranking factor, unless Google changes it or something, which they do all the time. But which we find out, we're like, okay, it's not this, now it's this. Oh, you could do this before, and now you can't do this. For example, you used to be able to have multiple H1s, and each H1 gave you a ×2 keyword boost, whatever that keyword would be worth, pound for pound. So we were putting like 10 H1s in our pages, and we're getting like 10, 20 spot boosts. Google found it within a couple months, and then turned it around and penalized. Well, they didn't penalize all of us. They turned it around and demoted all of us. And so we're like, oh, damn, that's what it's like being on the bleeding edge. You're going to bleed a bit. But we are on the bleeding edge. And so we know the secrets, and you can rank out of it. Again, join SEO University for a month. Try it for a month and see, just for a month. Email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com, and you'll see the results. I'm satisfied that enough people will stick around once that happens. So yeah, and here's the final thing about your SEO testing, is that a lot of groups do an SEO test, like Moz will do this, whatever, and then they'll share it. Pfft, what are they, stupid? You can't do that. You can't find an SEO secret and then tell Google. They're the dumbest people on the planet. Once you find an SEO secret, you keep it secret. You don't go and talk on all the other forums and tell this is what blah, blah, blah. Then it's not a secret anymore, right? John Mueller reads everything, including Reddit. He's on Reddit doing SEO damage control, propaganda, smokescreen bullshit speak. So once you find an SEO secret, you got to keep it secret. Otherwise, there's no value in knowing it anymore. Google will change it even faster. So there's algorithms that we've been manipulating for years. There's secrets that we've been manipulating that haven't really changed for years, since the inception of the group. We found it, and we're like, shh. And we've been ranking off it and banking off it for years. So when you join your science group, whichever one it is, they better keep things secret, and it better not be what everyone else is talking about, because then you really haven't found the truth. You found what the herd thinks about and what everyone else is doing. And what everyone else is doing, even if it does help you rank sometimes, or they've partly caught on to some kind of ranking factor, if everyone else is doing it and everyone else is talking about it, all the faster for Google to destroy it, all the faster for Google to get rid of it. So you got to test. When you join your SEO science group, you must join an SEO University, or you must join an SEO science group if you want to have any hope in hell of surviving in a post-AI world. It has to be scientifically tested. You cannot outguess this thing, dude. You can't outguess it. Don't think you can. And when you do your testing, you have to test and test and test and test. The tests have to be precise. They have to be exact. They have to be single variable. They have to be done in such a structure that they're helping with a scientific inquiry into a theory. They're helping affirm or deny hypotheses along a string of a scientific theory, not just random one-offs. I wonder if keyword density is a ranking factor. One, that's not single variable. Two, don't tell everyone the results and it won't be a factor anymore. Three, that's not along a grand unified theory of ranking, which we've done, and now we're reaping the huge successes from doing so. So here's the fourth SEO do in a post-AI world, and it's along the same theme only, but it's different. It's important. Pay very close attention to this one, and the fifth one's going to blow your mind. The fourth SEO do in a post-AI world is only look at the evidence. Only look at the evidence. So you can look at our evidence, bit.ly/SEO proof, the public evidence that I give of our field results. bit.ly/SEO proof is our field results and some of our testimonials of people saying, oh my God, Josh, this is wonderful. I can't believe it, blah, 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 blah. But when you're picking through those science groups, only look at the evidence. Don't listen to a word they say. Don't listen to a word I'm saying now. The only thing that matters in science is the evidence. So you have to look at the evidence. So when you join SEO University, I suggest you join SEO University. And when you join SEO University, go right to our evidence. Go right to the wins channel and look at it. Go right to test results and read them. And they go back for years and see, oh, okay, I see what he found there. I see what he found here. And then read how I go into scientific theory of what that means for ranking. Every discovery is not worth one science point or whatever. Every discovery is worth 1 point, and then 2 points, then 4 points, then 8 points, then 16 points, then 32 points. They exponentially build on each other, because that's what it means to make a grand unified theory, which I learned in grad school when I was doing my PhD. Not to throw letters at you, but I know what I'm doing when it comes to this. Look at the evidence. And this is what I mean. I, again, challenge and invite you to go to all these science groups and say, that's nice. Where's your evidence? Okay, fine. I believe you. I believe you've possibly shown that PBNs are the best ranking factor ever, and you possibly have the best way to do them. Okay, show me the evidence. Show me the evidence that proves what it is you're saying there. Do not take their word for it. Don't say here, don't listen to everybody knows. Don't listen to everybody here is succeeding by it. Say, fine, show me the evidence. Go to them and say, where is your bit.ly/SEO proof? Where is your folder of wins that you've been collecting, that you had the sagacity, like Josh has, to collect every single win we've ever had that the students have reported? Many students had so many wins, they stopped reporting them, which I yell at them because I'm like, I want more wins for the wins channel. But, which they've told me, they're like, sorry, Josh, I'm ranking so many pages, I can't keep track. I'm doing well. Like, good for you, I'm happy, but show me the wins because I want more wins in the wins channel, right? You can never have enough. But you can go in bit.ly/SEO proof and show how every month we've had wins consistently, Google updates notwithstanding. Even if there's a Google update in that month, we still have wins. We still have boosts every month since we've started. So, guys, I cannot stress how important this is. If you don't want to join my group, fine, don't join my group. If my group's too expensive, fine, the price is the price, right? Typically, it's $300 a month. I'll give you a discount if you email me with yes in the email. If you email me with yes in the email, I'll give you a discount to joining the group, even for this first month that you want to try out and just see what's going on. I'll give you a discount for every month after that too. I'll give you a discount for all the months. But even if you don't want to join my group, fine. But I'm telling you, you have to join a science group. You have no choice. You really don't. You can't keep outguessing this AI. And finally, the fifth, the most important that you have heard nowhere else, and I haven't mentioned, it is not an upsell. It is not an upsell, and you've heard it nowhere else. The fifth and the most important SEO do in a post-AI world that you will ever hear and have not heard yet to date is this. Keep your business running forever. The fifth do in a post-AI world is keep your SEO business or your business that relies on SEO, keep your business running forever. Things are getting bleak, folks. The AI is raining down upon us. It can guess our every move, and it's going to find you. You cannot outguess your way. You can't be like, maybe it's this tag. Maybe I'll put a bold tag in it and it'll boost it. That's not going to work. You're way behind the game. It is 0 hour. Thanos has landed his ship. And he's already fighting Captain America. And you're like, Thanos is here? Like, that's what time it is. You're like, the AI has come. What? Yes. Terminator is already here. He's already hunting for you. He's not he'll be back. I am here. That's what's going on now. So I want you to keep your business running forever. Forever. Your SEO business or your business that relies on SEO without having to buy AdWords, without having to buy $5,000 links. Screw that shit. We don't do that. We don't do that. None of us do that. We don't need to do that. We rank all day long. We don't need to do that. No SEO tools. No, you don't have to buy any SEO tools. Not a single SEO tool. We spend $0 on SEO tools a month. And that is how you keep your business running forever. I want you to succeed. I am here to make you succeed. If you don't succeed at SEO University, I don't succeed. So I'm going to make sure you succeed. Your success is my only success. My job in my life is here to make you succeed, to make you win, to make you rank on whatever channel you want to rank on, or whatever SERP you want to rank on. So I want you to keep your business running forever. And that's my final message, my fifth SEO do in a post-AI world. Keep your business running forever. Keep your SEO consultancy running forever. Keep your SEO in-house job forever, as long as you want it. Keep your affiliate sites running forever. How much longer do you think all these SEOs guessing at bullshit are going to be able to keep up this charade? How much longer? How much longer do you think? How much longer do you think SEO as a general thing, like ignoring science, how much longer do you think SEO is going to last? 2 years? 5 years? 10 years? No. The cost of links will get so high, Google will crush SEOs to ever increase AdWords bid clicks. It has not that much long left. SEO is going to be a post-apocalyptic world in the next few years. The AI will see to it. That time has come. That time has come. That time that all the SEOs knew were coming, that Matt Cutts warned us about, basically, all his buddies, it's going to be over soon, guys. The AI will start choosing ranking factors at random. There's no way you can guess what it's going to do. There is no way you can guess what it's going to do. Only science can tame this beast. Only science has a hope in hell. And science that has been strongly going on for years now and proving win after win after win. Proving that our theories are accurate because we have win after win after win. Only a science program like that has any hope in hell of fighting off the artificial intelligence. So as I said, thank you for watching. This has been 5 SEO do's and 5 SEO don'ts. I do hope that you keep your SEO business running forever. In my humble opinion, the only way to do it is to join a science group and test and test and test. Demand the evidence and make sure you join a good science group. As I said, there is a discount if you'd like to join SEO University and try it just for a month. Just try it for a month and see if it's for you. See if I'm telling the truth. See if I'm telling the truth. Everyone's so suspicious. You should be. You should be that suspicious because all the other SEOs out there are charlatans. You finally found the one guy who structured his business in a way that I only win if you win. That keeps me honest, right? I only win if you win. If you can't rank, you can't pay the course anymore and you drop out. So I only win if you win. So I'm going to do everything I can do to make you win. I recommend you join SEO University just for a month. Try it out. Ask the students the questions I talked about. If you want proof, I'll show you the proof when you're in there. Of course, the proof has to be kept secret because we're in a post-apocalyptic world. My army can't share our secrets with another army, especially the big army that's going to get us all, Google. Can't share the secrets. But I will share them with you gladly when you join SEO University. I would join fast because there is going to come a point where I'm going to shut down SEO University. There will come a point where I'm going to close it up and not let anyone else join, because if I ever catch wind that Google wants to join or something like that, then I've got to go even deeper underground than I currently am. SEO information is not free. SEO bullshit is free. SEO information is not free and has not been for the last few years. And that's why you haven't been succeeding, quite frankly. Or succeeding only a little bit here, a little bit there. You need, every page you make should rank. Why are you making pages that don't? Every page you make should rank. So if you're doing that, good for you. I guess you don't need me yet. You will. But I guarantee 90% of you are not doing that. Every page you make ranks. And ranks at number 1, of course, eventually, because that's where it's supposed to be. So if you can't peg number 1 on every page you do, then join SEO University and I will show you how to do it. Try it for a month. See if our information is truly different, and you'll be surprised to find that it is. So that has been our 5 SEO don'ts and 5 SEO do's. If you want to join SEO University, please email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com. That should show up somewhere on the screen here. That's joshbashinsky@gmail.com, and say yes in the subject line for the discount for SEO University. And good luck in this post-apocalyptic SEO world.